Hi everybody, hope you guys are doing well today. It is Friday the 1st of May. We are now just a couple of weeks away from the end of the school year. Actually, today's lesson is the last new material that you guys are going to get all year, which is kind of exciting. The rest of the year, so like next week, we're going to be reviewing Module 13, and then on Friday you will take a quiz, your last quiz of the year, over Module 13, and then the week after that we're just going to do a couple more days of review. I think we might have 2.5 weeks left, so the rest of the year after next week we're just going to be doing review basically the rest of the year. Okay, so kind of exciting that this is the last new material for you guys. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish strong. Make sure we take good notes on this lesson because they will help you on the quiz next Friday. So our objective for today now is to find the surface area of a sphere. Again, this is the last lesson in the module. Today, so previously everything we've done really in this module has been about volume. Today we're finding surface area. Okay, so it's a little bit different than volume, obviously. We're going back to the area, but it's the surface area of a sphere. Okay, so finding the surface area of a sphere using a formula. So again, I'm going to have you write down this formula. The surface area, S, of a sphere is 4 pi times the square of the radius r. This is the formula I'm going to have you write right here. It's the surface area of a sphere is S equals 4 pi times the radius squared. Again, so if this is our sphere, remember we've got a point here in the middle. The radius is halfway. It goes from the surface of the sphere directly to the middle of the sphere. That's the radius. Okay, again, if it gives you the diameter, what do you have to do to find the radius? You take the diameter and divide it by 2 to find the radius, right? Okay, so using this formula now, we can plug in various things. We can plug in the radius to find whatever the surface area is. Okay, so example 1, it says find the surface area of each sphere, round to the nearest tenth if necessary. Use 3.14 for pi. So we have a radius here of 5.4 centimeters. This is our radius. So the surface area is equal to, we're going to do 4 times pi, which is 3.14, times the radius squared. Our radius is 5.4, so it's going to be 5.4 squared. So all we have to do then is come over to our calculator. We're going to open up Desmos here, and we're going to plug it in. So we're going to do 4 times 3.14 times 5.4 squared. So 5.4 times 5.4. And you can see it gives us a surface area here of 366 point, and remember we went around to the nearest tenth. So it says 0.2, but you got to look to the number to the right, which is 4. That 4 keeps it as a 2. So it's going to be 366.2. 366.2. And now our label is centimeters. Now, you might think, oh, centimeters cubed, but cubed is volume. Area is always squared. So we're going to go back to centimeters squared on this one. Anytime you're talking about area, it's units squared. Anytime you're talking about volume, it's units cubed. Okay? Alright, next example. It says find the surface area of each sphere, round to the nearest tenth if necessary. Sorry, I got an itchy foot. Alright, so here it gives us 6, but this 6 is pointing to this line which goes all the way across. This is a diameter. To find the radius, we have to divide by 2. So our radius here is 6 divided by 2, which is 3. So we're going to plug this in. S equals 4 times pi, 3.14, times our radius squared. Our radius is 3, so it's going to be 3 squared. So we're going to come over to our calculator here. And we're just going to change what we have in here. So it's going to be 4 times 3.14 times 3 times 3. That's 3 squared. And that gives us 113.04. Again, we want to round to the nearest tenth. So that 4 keeps that as a 0. So it's going to be 113.0, or you can just write 113. And then our label is going to be inches squared. Okay? So what I want you guys to do in your notebooks, I want you to see if you can solve each of these. Okay, find the surface area of each of these, round your answers to the nearest tenth, use 3.14 for pi. Okay, go ahead and pause the video, see if you're doing it right, see if you can get these done on your own. Okay, so hopefully you took the time to actually do these, work these out on your own. Let's go through these now. So a sphere has a radius of 12 feet. Okay, so again, we need to go back to our formula. That's S equals 4 pi r squared. S equals 4 pi r squared. So we're going to plug in S equals 4 times 3.14 times our radius squared. Our radius is 12, so it's going to be 12 squared. So let's go over to Desmos here. We're going to get rid of this 3. We're going to change our radius to 12 times 12. And it's 1808.6. 1808.6. And our label here is feet squared. Okay, next one. A sphere has a diameter of 3.8. So we want the radius. We're going to take 3.8 and divide it by 2, which is 1.9 meters. So again, we're going to plug this in. S equals 4 times 3.14 times 1.9 squared. Okay, so let's go over to Desmos. 1.9 times 1.9, 45.3. And that's going to be meters squared. Okay, and that's how you find surface area. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and give you your assignment. Your assignment is on Edulastic. If you have any questions over this or any other questions from a previous assignment, feel free to send me an email and ask. I'm always willing to help if you need it. Okay, I hope you guys have a great day and a great weekend. See you later, guys.